Okay. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining on a very pretty Saturday evening today. Thank you, Empower People, for hosting us again. I would like to thank Empower People actually for putting together these webinars and allowing us to meet so many different people and actually from different genres so that we are able to access valuable information in such times during this time that we are here. Before I begin, today's webinar is going to be about child care and child well-being in this time. I would just like to begin saying that we are always going to be around children whether we are a parent or not, and we should accept the fact that they are very very fast learners. So any of our actions that are going around them, we have to be very very vigilant about it, and we have to try to accommodate them in such a time, in such a way that their behavioral patterns, because in such a time, if they are such fast learners, they are going to be this is going to have a lasting impression on them and their behavioral mannerisms eventually in the future. So we have to try to be a little more accommodative of what roles we are playing in their lives. So this is what the whole webinar is going to be about. I want to again remind you that it's a live webinar and we are going to be taking questions. So yes, I would like to begin by introducing the panelists. First, I would like to introduce Mrs. Bhavna Chitlange. She's an educator and a principal at Kidzi School in Khamgaon, Maharashtra. Dr. Ajay Prabhakar, he's been a former United Nations Programs Officer, and he's founder and chairman of Pioneers Nation in Bhandup, Mumbai. And he's also an educationist and researcher. Dr. Mithila Amin, she's a pediatrician. And Dr. Sonia Rathi, she's a general physician and a counselor. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining with us today, and hoping that all your knowledge is going to be very, very fruitful to all of us and all our live viewers over here. So, guys, I would like to put the first question forward. The main question here is, how is the pandemic affecting the children and their behaviors right now? And currently, their indoor has become the new outdoor. So, what is the shift that we are seeing in behavior, and what is it that what is it that parents or guardians need to have as major concerns over here? Dr. Prabhakar, I would like you to start with this one, please, sir. Okay, I think that he's unable to get network over here. Dr. Sonia, can you start on how is the pandemic affecting the children right now, and what has it given to them, and what has it taken from them?
I think the most important thing during this pandemic phase, like as a parent or anybody as a teacher, that they should be able to learn the technique of hand washing, where or they can draw or paste a diagram near their bases, or even a parent can teach to them. We should somewhere even avoid touching, making them learn a habit of avoid touching mouth, eyes, and nose. You, one thing which is more important, suppose if a child is sneezing, he can use his elbow. Avoid shaking the hand with somebody. Or one thing is that we have to use a goggles, like warm water goggles, adding a salt to it. Somewhere wearing a mask needs to be learned, maybe in a form of a
Dr.
cartoon where
Sonia, can you be a little loud?
uh, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
most important thing for every parent, it's a roller coaster ride, and it's a tough time. So the kids needs you the most. But during this lockdown phase, as a hygiene point of view, we have to teach them a hand wash technique. We have to teach them that we have to avoid touching the mouth, eyes, and nose. If somebody is sick at your home, maybe your child, before leaving the hospital, inform your doctor. Wear a mask regularly during the interactions. Clean your clean your countertops. Teach them even to wash their utensils is also important. Keep them away from the people who are having the low immunity or maybe somebody with a chronic disorder. And continue the regular medications, the breastfeeding, vaccinations must need to be taken care of during this phase. Thank you.
Yes, doctor. Mrs. Bhavna, can you continue from there?
Okay, thank you. In the beginning, when lockdown 1.0 was announced, it was not expected that this will extend so long. We all thought that after this period, We shall cover the loss by working more hours and also taking use of holidays. But then we realize the seriousness of this. Everybody, means the students, the parents, the teachers, and school authorities became anxious and started to think over the remedies on this situation to overcome the crisis. Of course, the situation is definitely going to affect the curriculum. The curriculum can be completed in online education, but how much the students can understand is a big question. Still, technology has not improved that much. So there are frequent disturbances in audio visual, and this problem disturbs the concentration and learning process of students. Students may not get school atmosphere at home. In the classroom, teachers can create such an atmosphere that the whole class gets involved and they enjoy learning in a group. This is how
Yes,
this.
yes, ma'am. Dr. Mithila, can I come to you for this one?
Yes, sure. See, as far
Yeah.
as
So,
the pandemic,
what is it? Can you? So, how is it at an overall level? As we're discussing on a very much more broader scale, can you go about on that?
yeah. So this pandemic, with respect to children, at every age group, it has had its effect. If we start right from the neonates itself, we've seen that parents complain of things like their children are getting more crankier and they need to be cuddled more. This is what, in case of real infants, the toddlers, they are becoming a kind of, they tend to uh, become more fussy. And so, somewhere or the other, they have this impact of this pandemic on their mental health. When it comes to adolescents, they have become a little more aggressive because they're restricted in this four walls. They're not used to this kind of a scenario where they're always out and all these things. So it's more of a psychological influence on each of the age group. And for this, the remedial measures are not always medicines. It's like the family support. So if we see some newborn which has suddenly changed its pattern of behavior, it's become more crankier, it's become more fussy, then all it needs is a little bit more attention from the mothers or the parents. If it is the toddlers, the young kids, they need to be involved in more often in certain activities so that their energies are channelized likewise. And yes, with adolescents also the same. We have to actually make the environment much suitable for them. So this is regarding the various age groups and their reactions to this pandemic and especially the lockdown which is going on. Leave aside the disease per se. This is the the scenario which is going on at homes and the complaints which parents usually come up where basically is are always common. One.
Right. Dr. Prabhakar, are you in? Okay, I want to go actually on the next question here. So, Dr. Sonia, I would like to address this one to you. Because the extension now we are looking at, that's going to go maybe to September, and because the schools are saying currently that it's going to be extending much more than we are anticipating. So, what is, as a parent or as a guardian, that we are around children, what is something that roles that we need to play, like more than a mother and a father or sister brother? What the different kind of roles are we should be playing right now? And if we can define the meaning of fun for them right now, can you put some light on that?
So, as far as the role model part is concerned, I would say it's a very big thing. You know, even in this pandemic, every parent has to be disciplined, not just panic and apprehensive all the time. If work from home is an option for any parent, make it a habit that even within that work from home, you become flexible enough so that your child doesn't feel that even after being home, that you are not giving them enough time. One thing. Second thing, lot of kids will undergo a negative thoughts in their mind. What if this? What if that? What if that? What of this? So you have to externalize the thought by giving them a drama with a solution. Most important. It's like a visual memory which will create a long term attitude of positivity that there is a solution. It's not a problem which has no solution. Now I'll tell you one small example. If you're working from home, make it a habit that at least you take a bath in front of your kids so that they see that okay, you are also very well dressed. You're sitting it properly, doing your work. You have to make them more active. Other thing I would really like to say, the fun part of it, the fun
Dr.
part.
Sonia, can you please talk a little louder? I'm sorry that
Yeah,
because your voice is not
yeah,
audible. Yeah, yeah, much better, much better.
yeah. Yeah. So, just going back for a previous conversation, I just want to
Yeah.
say that even in this pandemic, the parents needs to be disciplined with their own routine, maybe working from home also, but still, because whatever you will show them, that will get absorbed to their brain. One thing. Other thing I want to say, as a role model, you have to really wipe out the negativity from their mind by making a drama at your home, so that a drama with the solution. It's not that it's a end. Other thing, parents should definitely avoid lot of negative discussions about this corona thing at the home. Some or the other way, you have to tell them in a form of a story. You know, we call it as externalizing the thoughts. Now, this thought externalizing is nothing, but when a child has lot of with the negative thoughts, you have to give them a solution in the form of a drama, maybe in a form of an act, or maybe in a form of a dancing. Other thing, irrespective of the parent, irrespective of the language you are speaking, you have to take care that you read their books also, if at all you can read, and help them understand their curriculums well enough. Now, the fun part of thing I would really like to add here, a story through a picture. Give them some pictures. Let their brain be analytical enough. Reading, puzzle, playing along with them, maybe a ludo or a chess. Other thing, avoid contact sports, which are not at all acceptable during these phase. You can use a map of an India and ask them to map at various locations. Other thing, painting a wall, crayons, artist, a video learning, a dancing, drawing, sketching, singing can be a part which helps them to develop a creative mind. I would definitely like to add that somewhere we have to even practice meditation along with them to keep our mind at sanity, and even for them to keep their anxiety and apprehension at a low possible level. It's a difficult phase. You are there all the time at home, and then you expect that child won't be cranky and all that, but it's up to us. Hold your open albums, tell them the stories of your grandparents, grandmothers, just get them connected with their even teachers, give them a video call or a conference, and just see that they feel connected, that it's a regular life. That's it. Thank you. I can't hear you, Yashika.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can you hear me now? Yeah, Mrs.
yeah.
Bhavna, I would like to put the same question to you about roles to be played by parents in this time, because as even as an educator, you must be getting a lot of concerns from the parents. So, what is it that you would like to guide them, as in what roles they need to play from the point of view of emotions as well as point of view of education? Dr. Bhavna, can you hear me? Mrs. Chitlangi, can you hear me? I think there is a little bit of technical issue over here from many sides.
Yes,
Mrs. Bhavna, can you hear me?
yes, yes.
Yes, yes, great. So, Ms. Bhavna, I'm actually asking that what is the
Actually,
role? Yeah, yeah. What is the role that the parent needs to play right now, as the extension is it's almost anticipated until September. So, on the education frontier, what do you think is the role of the parent to be played?
actually, in my opinion, uh, in this critical condition such as today's COVID-19, or in exceptional conditions, this is a golden opportunity for the parents to spend quality time with their children. So there are many things the parents can do. giving their children time, like making them right from morning, they can make them do exercise, aerobics, and during their free time, after they're free from their homework, they can develop their hobbies like dancing, singing, and they can explore their kids by making them use their musical instruments, drawing, and many more activities. Like, for example, if I can tell you, the mothers teach the boys how to make the meal table ready. So literally, the ZLearn has given us the link of day-to-day activities, and we see that the boy very nicely enjoys. He spreads the mat, fills the water glass, and especially the girl, she makes the dough to make chapatis. So this is a golden opportunity for the parents, and they can make them inculcate the reading habits and explore their minds by explaining them and telling them through stories. So in my opinion, actually,
Right.
the mother plays a vital role in this
Yes.
lockdown period.
That's a great thing, I think, to be said, that the time that we have over here right now, that it's the time that we can bond with our family and allow the children to actually explore themselves more than what we believe that they can be. So that's a great point put forward. Thank you so much, Mrs. Bhavna. I would like to come back to Dr. Prabhakar. Sir, you have been going in and out. Welcome back. uh, so so
I mean,
actually
it's a great session.
yeah,
Yes.
I would like to ask you the more broader question about pandemic affecting children on the world level right now.
Yes. First of all, let me thank Empower People for inviting me for this session. It's been great, and it's great to be here on this webinar and addressing this very important topic of how a child can be cared in this in these unprecedented times. And coming on to the question, very important, a very important thing, what happens through pandemics or war or extreme times is that two demographics get really affected, uh, women and children. Now, these are the demographics that get affected really the most. And there is disruption in the fabric of life with children out of schools, parents out of work, as we are seeing, and not only here in Mumbai or in India, all across the world. This is what is happening. The numbers are really unprecedented. The news channels have been doing their jobs, so I wouldn't like to go in there and talk about it more. But it also gets or brings us to a very important question. Apart from the health and the economic situation of a nation and its people, but also the psychosocial well-being of societies across nations. What's happening is school closures are preventing young children or even older children to make contact with their peers. So the human touch is going away. What this pandemic has done, effectively, I should say, is taken away the human touch. What it has done is, because of this, as human beings, we get in frustration and anxiety that seeps into our, psychological demeanor. Our psychosocial well-being is really affected. Frustration and anxiety. Also, we can see during this time, children are overexposed to mass and social media because there's nothing much or better or creative to do, or so they think. There is excessive stress on parents, which has to be appreciated, because this is one thing which we have to really understand, appreciate, and really laud, because now this is the place where caretakers and parents have to really do that extra mile, have to be more creative with solutions, and have to really come on board with those extra things, those extra jacks which are in the box. At the same time, again, I would like to say that any kind of stress. Now, children, I always say this: children are like amplifiers. They amplify, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your ideas. They amplify you as caretakers, as parents. So it's very important that it starts with us, that we reduce anxiety, or at least we try to calm ourselves down, reduce stress, reduce tension. I know many parents are in a crisis mode wherein like they have to think about how, about their jobs, about their pays, about what's going to happen next. But this is not something which I think should be highlighted or amplified in front of children. We need to be really strong, not only for us, but also for them. So in these times, again, frustration and anxiety, and as a result, violence. We can see increased domestic violence, not only on women, but also on children. Corporal punishments happening more, and there's a withdrawal. So there is doom and gloom all around. So let's not add and get them into our houses, but let's keep it outside. Let's keep it outside that Lakshman Rekha, which our Prime Minister talked about. We should get more of togetherness. This is a time for togetherness, and really like all this away. Also, this is over amplified, or this is magnified in labor camps, migrant workers, abuse camps, again, in places where people and children, women and children, are gotten in together, not because they have a choice, but really like they're all put together. Like it could be migrants, it could be laborers, it could be refugees, refugee camps again. So these are areas and places where I think we should really try and see what we can do best, and the next steps in keeping doom and gloom away, bringing in positivity into our lives and our general demeanor.
That is really well said, sir. Dr. Mithila, I would want to come to you now. A little bit on a technical aspect on medical frontier right now. A lot of parents of newborn children, they are a little concerned about the vaccinations scenario which is going on right now. So could you tell us something more about that? What is going on with that?
Sure. So, with a lot of vaccination drives which are brought to a halt because many of the people are not expected to gather and want social distancing. With a lot of clinics being shut down and all, yes, vaccinations have been affected a lot. But if you see the government policies, vaccination is one of the preventive medical essential service, and that's being provided. Uh, and hence you should know what are the must-haves and what could be postponed or delayed comfortably. So if I could just enumerate a few so that the parents over there could actually benefit out of that, it's like the newborns who are just born, they are supposed to be getting the BCG, the OPV, and the hepatitis B immediately after birth. So this is basically not a problem because as per the government directives, it's like before the child is discharged from the hospital post-delivery, these things have to be given. The next set of vaccines which are due will be the primary set of vaccines, which include either the pentavalent vaccines or the hexavalent vaccines, along with your pneumococcal vaccine and the rotaviral vaccines, which go on at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and 14 weeks. So these primary series are very important that they are a must-have for these children. Point one, because they help to prevent major diseases. Maybe those diseases are much more serious than the corona which we are seeing today. And secondly, there are some vaccines which cannot be given after a certain period. For example, the rotaviral vaccine, we have got a limit of the first dose to be going within 14 weeks and 6 days. So if it is crossing that limit, you won't be able to vaccinate the baby with that. So keeping in mind those things, the primary series has to be taken care of. Parents should ensure that they reach a vaccination center and get it done. Of course, that's emergency medical thing, so it's being provided. The second thing which comes later on are some of the diseases which we have to highlight here. That is influenza and, of course, the pneumococcal vaccine. So influenza vaccine is usually given to all the infants above 6 months of age, and it starts there, and then yearly shot is followed. The initial, there will be two doses which are given in at least 1 month apart. So this is also an essential because these are the diseases which mimic corona. So once we have taken care of these diseases, we're at least assured that they won't be causing a trouble in detection of corona, as well as we are ensuring that the same kind of viruses are not affecting the children. Secondly is your live vaccines. Uh, the measles drives, the MMR drives and all are at a standstill, but you can always get those from health posts or from your pediatricians. They are the live vaccines, that is the measles and the varicella, that which we commonly know as the chicken pox. So they are scheduled at around 9 months, and the varicella, the first vaccine, can be given at 15 months of age. So these are the essentials where you cannot actually say that is it okay or shall I wait till the lockdown is over or things like that. Try to get it done as much as possible. What are the strategies or some kind of changes which we can think of in this kind of scenarios are that we can combine certain vaccines. Like government has issued directives like the typhoid conjugate vaccine, which we usually used to give in 9 months. We can even prepone it and give it with the influenza, which is given in the 6 months, or we combine it with the MMR vaccine, which we are giving in the 9 months. So combining things. So parents don't be skeptical about I'm taking 2 shots or 2 pricks for my child. So that's actually reducing your visits to the clinic. So as and when you happen to visit the clinic, if possible, you go in for the shots. And there are
Right.
few which we can actually delay also. For example, we've got the hepatitis A, and
Right.
we've got certain boosters which come up later on, like
Hmm.
the one which will be scheduled in 15 months, 5 years,
Hmm.
and at around 10 years, the boosters
Hmm.
of the same DPT, which the primary schedule is over, they can be safely scheduled or kept for a later period. That's fine. Even the HPV vaccines, which we give to the female children above 9 years of age, that could be
Right.
delayed for at least till
Right.
post lockdown. So this was about the must-have vaccine and those which could be given later. Of course,
Right.
all the other precautions have to be taken while going in. Like, of course, it shouldn't be a sick baby. It shouldn't be someone who is
Right.
already
Of course.
suffering from fever and all. Wherein we
Right.
won't be vaccinating those.
Right.
Yeah.
I would so because you were talking about the time frame, let's talk about the first month of the baby, which is the neonatal care period. Something. What do you want to say about that? Because currently there are
So
some
in
myths which
the
are some myths which are going on about the asymptomatic mother cannot be breastfeeding the child. So something. Can you just break the myths for the newborn kids and the newborn mothers right now?
Sure, sure, sure. So, when we're talking about newborn care, it is basically the complete food for the newborn is going to be breast milk. There are already a lot of myths related to breast milk, not in the COVID season only. Otherwise, also, if you have the mother having a cold or a cough or a common thing, they are bound to believe that it's going to be transmitted to the baby. They have this saying that "Saldi bachche ko bhi hoga," So this is a thing in their mind. But various studies, even studies on COVID, they have found out that this virus is not detected in the breast milk. So far, none of the studies have found that it's detected in the breast milk. So the mode of transmission is not through the breast milk. It remains the same. That is through the respiratory pathways or through fomites. So as long as the mother is taking care of these two ways and she's trying to stop the transmission through these two ways, she can very safely feed the baby. And keeping in mind number of benefits which breastfeeding is going to confer upon the baby, the CDC has also given guidelines that the mother should continue breastfeeding. If they're asymptomatic, yes, a very important thing, you should continue with that. Secondly, they could be symptomatic, or they could be a person under investigation, like they had a contact with a COVID person, or they had some few symptoms and they intend to get the test done and all that. So what in that scenario? In those scenarios, they continue to breastfeed, but while nursing, they use the mask. And also before touching the baby and also after touching the baby, they have to follow hand hygiene techniques. Dr. Sonia has already explained it in detail, so I won't repeat the hand hygiene techniques. I mean, almost everyone knows that these two things are of prime importance. Secondly, knowing the benefits of breast milk, they definitely confer a lot of uh, factors which help the baby fight against not only viruses, various bacteria, as well as certain kind of allergies and even certain lifestyle disorders later in life, like diabetes or obesity and all that. So, with weighing the benefits versus the risk, I think the benefits are much high, and they should be continuing with breastfeeding just in case the mother turns out to be COVID positive. Then what is the scenario? So in case they are shifting the mother, there comes a point of separation. So even in this case, CDC just says that she can continue by means of expressing breast milk and transferring it to the baby, but then the caretaker needs to follow all kinds of precautions of this hand hygiene as well as the breast pump which she is using or the katori spoons etc which is used to feed the baby also has to be sterilized well with the soap water and again warm water and then used for the baby. So these are the things which the parents need to take care, but safely breastfeed even in this kind of scenario. It's only that if she's very sick and she's unable to express and she's totally in the ICU that there will be a total separation, then nothing can be actually done about that.
Great, Mithila. I think that is really very very critical information. और बहुत सारे लोग इसके बारे में बहुत टेंस्ड है इस टाइम पे. यस डॉक्टर सोनिया, आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आपका माइक म्यूट रहेगा. प्लीज अनम्यूट कीजिए पहले.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
One more point I would like to add with whatever Dr. Mithila ma'am has said. Like during these phase, there will be a lot of girls who will be attending their Vinak. So everybody within the family should be really very cooperative and help them to understand that it is a very natural phenomenon which will be happening. During this phase, they may not be able to attend their gynecologist or maybe some other healthcare staff who can help them. But you being a family member, maybe a brother, elder brother, younger sister, elder sister, father, grandparents, they really need to calm their girl child, but just to be calm for life, and it's a natural phenomenon. Like one thing that is what I wanted to say, adding to ma'am's point, you know.
Yes, that is great. Mrs. Bhavna, I would like to come to you now about academics and how is it. अभी मैम स्कूल्स में तो वैसे लॉकडाउन बहुत टाइम से अभी चल रहा है सिंस शायद एक डेढ़ महीना ऑलरेडी हो चुका है कि बच्चे अपने स्कूल्स में नहीं जा रहे. तो काफ़ी सारे स्कूल्स जिनके पास ये पॉसिबिलिटी थी कि वो लोग ऑनलाइन क्लासेस ले सके स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, उन्होंने वो सब चालू कर दिया है अभी. सो इस सिनारियो में अभी हम आगे का क्या प्लानिंग है इसमें और स्कूल फ्रंटियर पे हम क्या देख पा रहे हैं. सो अगर आप इसके बारे में कुछ बोल सके तो. और आप अपने स्टूडेंट्स के साथ कनेक्टेड है इस वक्त और पेरेंट्स की भी क्या कंसर्न्स है इस टाइम पे.
Okay, so regarding the question, okay, how we are connected with the children, how we are connected with the children. As a principal, we are connected. Ki after lockdown 1.0, our authorities with me and teachers, we had a telephonic discussion about the scenario because right now personal meeting was not possible. So Zealand has sent us some guidelines and links about online education to complete our curriculum. But fortunately, what happened, our WhatsApp group of parents of every class in the beginning of new session 1920 have already been formed. So we could easily connect with them and we provided them the links and asked them their cooperation. Like 1.5 months, the schools locked down. So through these links sent by the Zealand,
मैडम रियली सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट मैडम, आप हिंदी में बोल सकती हैं क्योंकि बहुत सारे जो व्यूअर्स हैं वो पूछ रहे हैं हिंदी के लिए. रियली सॉरी.
ओके,
या
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम.
जी
जैसे कि लॉकडाउन अचानक से बंद होने से हमारे जो अथॉरिटीज है, तो हमने काफी उस पे चर्चा की है. और मैं किड्जी से कनेक्टेड हूँ, तो जी लर्न वालों ने हमें ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन भेजा था. जैसे अपन वो करिकुलम जो मिस्ड हुआ है उसको अपन कैसा पूरा करें. और जैसे कि नया सेशन जब शुरू होता है, सो इन द सेशन 1920 हम पेरेंट्स को व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे ऑलरेडी कनेक्ट कर ही लेते हैं. तो ऑलरेडी वो हमारे पास होने से हमारा काम और भी आसान हो गया. और हम पेरेंट्स के साथ बहुत जल्द कनेक्ट हो गए और उनको डे टू डे हम वो प्रोवाइड करते गए जो लिंक्स हमें वहां से आया था जी लर्न से. और ये कोऑपरेशन हमें अच्छा मिला. ऑफ कोर्स हमारे गाइडेंस भी था और हमने उनको एक्टिविटीज प्रोजेक्ट्स भी दिए थे. और हमने उनको एक ये भी बताया था कि अगर आपको नहीं समझता है तो यू इंटरैक्ट. और पेरेंट्स ने रियली तारीफ काबिल है कि बहुत जल्दी उन्होंने ये नए सिस्टम को एडॉप्ट कर लिया और लिटरली उन्होंने बहुत एंजॉय किया. और उन्होंने हर वीडियो उनके बच्चों का लेके हमें अपलोड किया. तो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि धीरे धीरे ही और शी विल एडॉप्ट to this new online process. So
करेक्ट.
like I mean the connection with the parents day to day, because they upload me हर क्लास के बच्चे. लाइक मेरे पास 2 साल की उम्र के बच्चों से स्कूल्स है, प्री
राइट
स्कूल्स, प्ले ग्रुप जो.
राइट
तो
राइट
हमें बड़ा मजा आता है कि ये एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, मौका है जहां पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को ज्यादा टाइम दे सके और
करेक्ट
उनमें मॉरल वैल्यूज भी इंकलकेट कर सके. जैसे
करेक्ट
कि क्वेश्चन आपने पूछा था कि व्हाट इज द रोल मॉडल ऑफ अ पेरेंट्स. तो दिस इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. ये हर पेरेंट्स को एक संधि मिली है, एक मौका मिला है कि आप अपने बच्चों में हाउ यू इनकलकेट मॉरल वैल्यूज इन देम. तो ये बहाने आपके बच्चे को इंडिपेंडेंट बनाइए. उनका काम उन्हें खुद करने दीजिए अपने मन से,
जी
ताकि उनकी उम्र के हिसाब से वो करने लगेंगे और सीखेंगे भी.
जी
या और
जी
जैसे कि और एक मैंने बोला था हॉबीज. तो
जी
हॉबीज में अपन बच्चों को गार्डनिंग भी करा सकते हैं और बहुत
राइट
अच्छे से बच्चे एंजॉय करते हैं.
जी
हम रोज जो बच्चों के और पेरेंट्स के जो वीडियोस देखते हैं, जो क्योंकि मैं रोज कनेक्टेड हूँ उनसे,
जी
और हमें बड़ा मजा आता है कि आई एम रियली थैंकफुल टू ऑल द पेरेंट्स कि काफी अच्छे तरीके से और मेन विद पेशेंस. सबसे मेन बात है कि पेरेंट्स ने काफी पेशेंस रखा है. और हम जो देखते हैं ड्यूरिंग स्कूल आवर्स में, उनमें इतनी पेशेंस नहीं रहती है. सही बात है.
राइट
बट नाउ
करेक्ट.
आई एम थैंकफुल टू ऑल द पेरेंट्स and I request them to keep up this till the end of the education of preschools and primary schools of their child.
ग्रेट. आई होप कि आप जो बोल रहे हैं वो एकदम 100% सच हो, क्योंकि सिर्फ अभी के लिए हमें ये बिहेवियर मेंटेन नहीं करना है. जब तक वो पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं तब तक आगे तक हमें उन्हें लेके जाना है इसी तरह से. डॉक्टर प्रभाकर, आई वांट टू कम टू यू अबाउट दिस. If we can talk about the United Nations, if we talk about technology and education in this sector, what are we seeing as the future right now? And future, I mean, I'm not talking about the next 20 years. I'm talking about at least the next 1 or 2 years, because as we're seeing that the entire scenario is getting transferred onto the laptop or onto screens. What do you have to say about that when it is either technology or it is screen time? Because a lot of पेरेंट्स आर ऑलवेज कंसर्न कि मेरा बच्चा कितनी टाइम तक स्क्रीन के सामने बैठा है, उसकी आंखें खराब हो जाएंगी या उसके दिमाग पे क्या असर पड़ेगा. सो समथिंग दैट यू कैन ऐड टू दैट. So please unmute the mic. Yeah.
First, I'd like to talk about again the physical manifestation of how COVID-19 is like really affecting, and generally through a pandemic, how it affects children. And I would then probably branch on to like how we can do better in terms of education. So we have seen in younger children like a tendency to generally withdraw or be more aggressive. Generally, children during this time have difficulties in sleeping and eating, and very vivid like dreams or nightmares. They have fears which are enhanced, or it is shown more. There is a decreased interest in playing and engaging in playful activities. They are more sad and they're crying more than usual for no apparent reason. Clinging in younger children, like toddlers, is also another thing that we have. So again, seeing all these expressions, again, and if you're talking about older children, they tend to rebel more. Again, now having this context and really seeing as to how we can remedy it, the best and the easiest that, again, what we have subscribed to is access to technology. टेक्नोलॉजी को हमने अपने घर में आने दिया है. लेसन्स हमारे ये सबसे ईजियर, हमारे लिए ये सबसे ईजियर सोल्यूशन है. सभी देशों में, चाहे वो ब्राजील हो या अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज हो या अमेरिका या इवन चाइना हो, सभी जगह हम देख रहे हैं कि ये सबसे प्रिस्क्राइब्ड तरीका ये अपना रहे हैं. ये जहाँ तक मुझे ये इजी लगता है और ओके लगता है, बट ये बहुत चैलेंजिंग भी है, बिकॉज वी हैव टू लुक एट क्रिएटिव्स. ये हम कैसे पूरी तरह having a child in front of a class, as in a class in front of a teacher, is a very different thing from having a children watching like probably even cartoons the whole 8 hours or 9 hours. Yeah, there is a lot which happens in the mind, the physical, that is the eyes of children, and which we have to remedy some way. So, and I always advocate having a human touch. Now, this is very important. So, and I say this in many other forums, again, other forums or bodies which I'm connected with. I always say mix it with the human touch. Now, how you would ask me? The most important way is to have like basically maybe something which can be packed and sent home to these students, probably crafts or probably answer sheets or probably rubrics sheets which can be like done with hand. You know, more of hand material needs to be involved. The psycho motor part of it, the motor part of it is very important. The psycho part is still involved or engaged in probably the online lessons, but the motor part of it, or moving things, now that's very important. The hand movements, which in coordination with the brain, now that enhances learning. Now that is one thing which is going to get left off. I always say again, it is normal to feel stressed or anxious or overwhelmed in these times, but let us look at it like a celebration of togetherness. This should be a celebration of togetherness, because no time before have we found so much time to be together and enjoy the celebration, like really being together. Also doing it the we way. So it could be singing silly songs. You know, it could be just taking up a pot and pan and clanging it. Or it could be just smiling or laughing at nothing. Or it could be telling, you know, no sense stories. Or it could be anything for younger children. For older children, probably engage them in skill building. Like it could be plumbing. It could be even cooking. Or it could be cleaning, or it could be fixing things, you know. So these are some of the things, if like, you know, if they could take up, or you could ask, and this is one important thing I would encourage and, you know, ask every parent to do. Let the child take the lead for a change. Again, let the child take a lead. Now, what happens through this is the child feels responsible and is more engaged to the activities, rather than you saying, oh, let's do this, and then clamp them on and, you know, just put them on the horse. Now, rather than having that, let them take the lead and say, okay, let's what do you prefer? It could be their favorite artist talking about sports or talking about something that they like. You know, these are some of the things that could be done. Again, as I say, like maybe even woodwork or, you know, plumbing. These are all activities that we could use, you know, to encourage, build a skill basically. apart from the playtime, the reading time, the coloring times for younger children again, or for that matter, the basic other higher end skills which we want to build for older children. These are some of the things that we could do. Again, very important at this point of time is, again, we should say the behavior that you want to see, rather than saying, you're so, like, why are you doing this? Why are you making a mess? Saying things like that, you could say, let's do it this way. Let's put maybe our toys in a better place. So seeing the behavior that we want to see, praising the child, that's one more thing that we need to do, like encouraging, praising the child again in what they're doing. If it's a teen, again, help them stay connected. You could also join them if they like it, in sessions, probably in Facebook sessions, or a Twitter or an Instagram session, wherein like they are more comfortable. Be part of them rather than making them a part of you, So that's a very important thing. And these are some of the things. Get real also. That's also another thing, because during these times, parents also have unreal or, exaggerated, expectations from their child, that they should do this since time is lost and we are like, learning has to be done. All that is very important. But at the same time, our time, is very important. And that's something which we have to focus on and stay focused on.
Great, sir. I would like to acknowledge what you said about the we time part of it and allowing the children to take the lead. I think that is really a great thing to say, and a great thing to try to do in this time. Dr. Sonia, you want to say something about it? Maybe a little, very quick. I have something else I want to ask.
Yeah, I just want to give you one example. Like, we like to go to a restaurant outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so a parent can be a chef back at home, dress like that. Whatever the amenities you are having available at home, make a table of it, make a menu card of it, serve them, ask them, oh sir, what would you like to have? So, they don't lose that human touch that, oh, we can't go outside. You can even make the tents, okay? Tents at home easily can be made by bedsheet or maybe some kind of material that helps for it. Other thing I want to know, I would like to add, a visual memory, is very, very important during this phase. Whatever activity the child will see, they will absorb more. They will absorb more. So a positive attitude, even at a home, will help them to absorb a positive memories in their brain, which will last long. That's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Great. I want to acknowledge about the visual aspect of it, which you were talking about. So I think that is great. Dr. Mithila, I want to talk about one more very, very critical thing, which is diet right now for the children. And we have a question for you, actually, that maybe a few countries are imagining to assess the children for the same academic year. So what would you say about that? But I would like you to address the diet question first, because we've not spoken about health until now. So first, can we talk about the diet and then the education part of it? Mike, please.
So we have the famous. Can you hear?
Yeah, can hear.
So with respect to diet, we've got this famous saying where let thy food be thy medicine, from Hippocrates. So follow the same thing. If your baby is not asymptomatic, what you have to do is just concentrate on a healthy food. This is not only during the lockdown period; it's like in general also. But right now, what we are aiming at is, everyone says that we need boosters, we need something to boost up the immunity. So at regular at your home, what are the things which are really available? So first and foremost, if it is a neonate, the breast milk itself is a big booster. So by virtue of all its immunomodulatory substances, factors, the secretory IgAs, etc., it's going to be number one kind of booster for the neonates. Secondly, it comes to the other children. It is very difficult to actually inculcate certain new kind of foods to them, if at all you're just doing it because you want to boost their immunity. we're very fortunate enough that we decide in a country like India, we've got rich spices and all those things, all of which have a good immunomodulatory effect. So be it something as simple like pepper, garlic, ginger, or anything, all of their chemical constituents have been studied well enough for antiviral effects and for boosting immunity. So what I would like to give tips to the parents is you already have it in your kitchen. All you need to do is implement it. Speaking about the guidelines which have come from WHO, yes, two things they have asked to specifically keep a watch on is the hydration. Keep the children well hydrated, go low on salt and sugar, and the extra fat which we would be using, like the extra cheese and butter because they're at home and you want them to be happy. So these are the things which we would have to cut down a little bit on. And rest, I think no other thing, no hard and fast rule with respect to diet. I think it's all there in the kitchen. So, yeah, the parents have to just be vigilant, just use it. Yeah, what was the other question you were asking about, Yashika?
There was a question which had come to you about examinations which are being taken, reassessed examinations in Spain. So
Yeah.
Italy has decided that all children should move to the next academic year, and Spain is assessing children to repeat the same year. So what would you think should India's move be in this? And actually, Dr. Prabhakar, you should add in that, and even Mrs. Bhavna should add in that.
Okay, so there's no harm in actually, going for the next academic year because learning is a process. Okay, it is not just what is there in the syllabus is what we are going to judge the students on. So if the students are going for the next academic year, they already had their lessons of a lockdown and dealing with something like COVID here. So it's already a great learning for them. So yes, even India should be following that, but because they shouldn't be a negative impact on the children. Oh, I have to repeat the whole year again.
Right.
So yes, that was a very good question, and India also should think. I think it was addressed very well here because we have people like Dr. Ajay Prabhakar who could take it to the concerned authorities.
Yes, sir. You want to add something? Yes,
yes.
just Dr. Sonia. I will. Prabhakar sir first. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Again, a very important, and I would agree with Dr. Amin here. It's very important that we don't look at academic year or a learning year as just examinations or just classes being attended or the kind of or the number of subjects or kind of things that we have taken up. We should see it, and in fact, world over, most of them had completed almost more than 75-80% of their lessons. So I think it's more than fair that they graduate or they move on to the next year. The extra learning could be packaged or could be adjusted on to the next year and could be taken care of.
Sure.
I would also like to take up the questions that were asked of me, if that's okay, or would you like to take
up? Yes, so you can add a little bit over there. I would appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Now again, one important thing is again we see everything that we do, every day, everything that we do as a learning opportunity. So it could be small things and how creatively we can incorporate many of the learnings that a child goes through in all the every different everyday different things that we do. Very important now is to listen more. Parents need to listen more. Comfort them because this is something which they don't know, they don't understand. They don't understand why they can't see their friends. They don't understand why they can't go to the garden. They don't understand why they can't play football. They don't understand why they can't go out and breathe fresh air. They don't understand why they can't go on those morning walks with their grandparents. There are so many questions, but not many understandable answers because I remember a child asking me, and this child is outside this country, if something could be killed by just washing your hands, why can't we have medicines which just wash away the virus, So this is simply a sweet, cute little mind at work. They don't seem to understand. So we need to listen to them.
Yeah.
We need to comfort them. We need to
Yeah.
reassure them that everything's
Yeah.
going to be okay. I also
Yeah.
quickly want to add a few things that, like, which I know we are short on time.
Yes. Yes. So please.
Yes,
If,
I, yes, please
yeah.
go on, Yashika.
So actually, I want to talk very importantly about the future of education. And would it be all right if I continue over there?
Okay,
Dr. Surya,
please go ahead.
can I not take the question or not take it, because we are in the 55th minute. So I really want to. This is little important, because we are looking at such a rise in such a virus, and in this time we never knew about. We already have a history of the Spanish flu, of SARS and MERS now, and we are in COVID and we are actually living it. So, are we going to be putting down any guidelines when it comes to curriculum or syllabus? Dr. Bhavna, I would like to ask this question to you majorly, because uh, you are right there. You are on the seat of the principal. So, have you been intimated about any kind of rules or regulations which are going to be changing regarding this? And what are we looking forward, as a form of examination, or something like that?
Actually, what we have thought is कि preschools like they don't need exams.
Right.
So, in my opinion, actually this being May month,
Right.
and it is already their vacation period.
Right.
So
Right.
I think let them enjoy their vacations. Like I already told before, to inculcate moral values and hobbies. So
Right.
academic session, I think we can think about in mid-June onwards,
Right.
so that the children will not be tense right from May's month.
Right.
So, like if a child of 2.5 years, for example, 2 years, 2.5 years, so now
Right.
we'll leave them free to enjoy by doing co-curricular activities. Like they can develop their fine motor skills.
Right.
They can
Ma'am, ma'am, I want to actually,
develop their.
मैम,
हाँ.
ये जो क्वेश्चन है ना, मैं एक्चुअली रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस के बारे में पूछना चाहती हूँ कि यूनिवर्सिटी से आपको कुछ इंटीमेशन आया है, जैसे कि अगर इस टाइप का सिनारियो हमें वापस देखने मिलेगा 2 सालों के बाद, तो उसके लिए हम क्या गाइडलाइंस यूज करने वाले हैं?
तो फिलहाल तो ऐसा कुछ भी मीटिंग्स नहीं है या कुछ गाइडलाइंस नहीं है. बस अपने को समय समय पे अभी जो आगे का अपने को इंफॉर्मेशन मिलता
राइट.
जाएगा उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हमको एक्ट करना है. तो
करेक्ट.
वही
करेक्ट.
बात बता रही ना कि अभी मई महीना है, ऑलरेडी इट इज वेकेशन पीरियड.
राइट.
और समय समय पे जो हमको गाइडलाइंस आती है वी आर
ओके.
फॉलोइंग. ऐसे डिसिप्लिन्ड गाइडलाइंस एज सच अभी कुछ नहीं है. So
ओके.
we only have to keep patience and wait and watch.
यस,
The
तो
new
वेट एंड वॉच
information
इज.
will be up. How
यस.
we'll only have to wait and watch ki
यस.
what will happen and what information we'll get. So
राइट.
in my opinion, ki right now no discipline rules for anything.
ओके. ओके.
Huh.
Yes, Dr. Sonia, you're saying something.
Yeah, I just want to say something on diet. What Mithila ma'am has said, that
Yes.
5 group of
Yes.
diet: carbs, proteins, fats, oils, sugar. Every
Yeah.
mother during this day has to make a rainbow diet. You know, a rainbow diet is something which is very colorful. I feel colors always attract kids, so every
Right.
diet needs to be really very colorful. Other thing, we should make our kids very much habituated that thanking a mother earth that she's providing the food to us during this phase, and even
Right.
thanking everybody back at home, that whosoever is preparing the food, make it a part of their habit that we have to thank. I'll just give you a simple example, like for particularly in case of hydration, that what all we
Right.
can do. Hydration, like milk, we can change the color of a milk, whatever, by adding a little syrup to it so that they feel
Right.
it's colorful. Maybe a
Right.
rose syrup, maybe a
Right.
kesar. We can add
Right.
little elaichi, cardamom, a coconut water. Curd colors can also be changed so that they
Right.
feel colorful. It's more
Right.
interesting for them to, have it. And
Right.
particularly for mothers who are really begetting the kids right now, please, they should eat really, really very well, because not just now, it's this thing will keep continuing. There is not that this is a stop deadline date for it. Other thing I just want to add to you here: 3 meals, 2 snacks and 1 fruit is really good enough for a kid. You know,
Okay.
they may show some time of tantrums, which you have to make it a positive reinforcement attitude as well as a negative reinforcement to them, so that
Right.
they really inculcate a good habits. And
Right.
most importantly, make them a habit that avoid wastage of a food. Really, it's a
Great.
tough time. We all are getting food. We should be really thankful for it. You know.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's a great point that you've put, and thanking Mother Earth that we are getting whatever we are getting. That's a great point
Yeah.
put forward. Dr. Mithila, I would very quickly, whatever you are saying, I would like to just get on board. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so I have come across a lot of searches on mask, infant mask on some of the search engines like Amazon and all that. So I just want to just inform all the parents of kids who are below 2 years. See, these masks are not meant for infants. There's already a lot of chaos between which mask to use and which not to use, and all are looking out for the N95s and all those kind of things. A quick classification, we've got masks and we've got respirators. The respirators are these N95s and all those units there. So those things are meant only for the medical professionals, and then none of the N95 is actually kind of meant for the kids. The other thing what I want to quickly say is CDC says that even the cloth masks are good enough, so you could use that for kids. Surgical masks, we better keep it for the those who are attending hospitals and so on and so forth, because they have to be changed regularly. They cannot be reused. So feasibility wise, I think the cloth mask is always usable. The only thing what people should remember is that a child less than 2 years, if they use this mask, they anytime when you're breathing through mask, there's always a resistance, and children have a thinner airway. So because of this thin airway and this kind of resistance which this mask is going to provide, there can be choking episodes. So just be aware of this if you're not aware. So do not go in for fancy things and all for all those toddlers who are less than 2 years.
Amazing. Thank you, Dr. Mithila, for that. Now, I'd actually like to address a few questions that we have got during our live feed. Two questions are pretty nasty, and I would like to put it forth for all the panelists. The gist of the question is uh, the children are no longer in a routine and are not willing to listen to anything. So, how should how should we be guiding them, or what should we be doing for them right now? Is it okay? Also, is it okay if we reduce the discipline a little bit because it's difficult to keep a routine now? Uh, uh, Mrs. Bhavna, you want to start with that right now? Please unmute your mic. Please unmute your mic, madam. Yeah. Yes.
Actually, can you get me? Like,
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
please
Yes, we can
repeat
hear.
your question, ma'am.
So the question is that is it okay if we reduce the discipline level a little bit because children are not willing to listen to anything, and they are not able to keep a routine now, and they want more time with electronic media and less time with parents or less time with people in the family. So what could be something that we can advise the parents on this front?
Yeah, like we can be flexible with the discipline routine now, because like I told, this is vacation period और बच्चों को एंजॉय करना है, क्योंकि उनको मालूम है मई महीने में मामा के घर जाना है, बुआ के यहाँ जाना है, शादी एंजॉय करना. बट अब ये सब लॉकडाउन की वजह से सब डाउन हो गया, तो वी नीड टू एक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर मूड. अब ये उनका जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है, वेकेशन ये उनका अधिकार है. सो विल बी फ्लेक्सिबल, and we can make their vacations enjoyable by giving them interesting events, जिसमें उनका मॉरल वैल्यू भी इनकलकेट होएगा और उन्हें पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि
बराबर.
ये like I told you, you can give them gross motor skill development, like
Right.
you can let the boys as per their age, make them aware कि बेटा please help mama. So the boys too can help mama in the kitchen by cleaning utensils. Like we need
Yes.
to make them aware as per
Yes.
their age, how important it is for them to know everything now, because
Right.
no maids in every house.
Correct.
So literally, as per their age, children themselves are helping mamas in the
Right.
kitchen, like
Right.
washing utensils, displaying it in its proper place. Then during the free time in the afternoon, instead of sleeping, they can play many indoor games like model making. Yeah, there are many games which they can play with grandparents too. So we need to be flexible with the discipline routine right now. And every 2 hours, children like demand ki dadi bhook lagi, mummy bhook lagi hai. So daily you see there are new recipes coming on the Facebook. So mamas can make a delicious with snacks with the help of the children. They can take the children's help and engage them in that activity and utilize the time in a proper way. बिकॉज चिल्ड्रन लव कि अब जैसा बोलेंगे मोनोको बिस्किट पिज्जा, हाँ ब्रेड पिज्जा, क्योंकि बेकरीज आर ओपन फॉर 3 hours. तो वी कैन मीन्स वी हैव मेनी ऑप्शंस to engage the children in a right way besides making them disciplined. So this is my opinion, and there are many
That is
more, like I told you before कि gardening करवा सकते हैं. हाँ.
that is, I
So
think,
be
madam, that is
flexible
amazing opinion.
with the discipline in.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Sir
thank you,
Prabhakar
ma'am.
sir. Yes, yes, absolutely. Ajay sir, you are saying something about this. Yes, after Ajay sir, Sonia ma'am. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I would say, in this period, we'll need to reinvent or relook at ourselves. We need to get in magic and become magicians. No, magicians, they distract and divert. They distract and divert you. So it's the same as with a child. There are children, because of the conditions on ground, it could happen that children become very stubborn, very cranky, very clingy. But it's very important that we get them on an adventure. We make normal, like even cleaning or maybe even tidying a place, like adventurous, mysterious, add that flair of magic in everything that we do. So that's very important. And if we are able to create that kind of thing, you would see how magically we are able to even alter the mood of the child and also make them more productive. In fact, in so many different ways. And this is where our skills as parents should come in. And as I say, become magicians. That's my advice for parents.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. Dr. Sonia, you are saying something? Your mic is on mute.
Sound is that one form of energy which connects body, mind, and soul. So, dance is something which everybody really should appreciate during this phase. It will release lot of your negative energy from your body, a form of exercise, as well as regenerating and letting your brain cells to breathe in. One thing is that. Other thing I want to really put forth here: if somebody is sick at your home, a child or toddler, maybe somebody understands that I am sick, try to explain that you are sick. Be in one room. Whosoever is serving the food to that child should serve in a healthy tray, very properly organized, so that they really feel positive. Make a habit of letting them washing their utensils, changing their beddings frequently, giving reading books in their room so that they really feel that, oh, I'm healthy, but I'm sick, but not that bad that I am not able to cope up with it. Okay. Other thing I really want to put forth here some 2 3 points, like um, particularly when a child is sick, you are giving the homely medications. You can add a turmeric and a cinnamon powder frequently to their body boosting. Markers to check should be if they have no fever last 72 hours, no other symptoms have also improved, and 7 days have passed since the first symptom has appeared. That's how you should really see that my child has improved over the illness during these phase of time. Thank you. Yeah.
Right. I think that is a great information about the last part which you were talking about, the fever part. I think that is great. I want to take up another question, which is for Mrs. Bhavna and Dr. Ajay. What should be the plan for parents to adopt while coming out of this lockdown? Meaning, अभी के lockdown जब भी खत्म होगा, इसके बाद का how should the parents be? What should be the guideline for the parents at that time? Mrs. Bhavna, can you tell us first?
Should I go in?
No, I think her मैडम आपका माइक शायद म्यूट पे है. Yeah, she's back, I think.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear. Yes.
Like, what should be the plan for parents to adopt while coming out of this
Yes.
lockdown?
Yes.
In my opinion, I think every problem has a solution. And am I right, Dr. Ajay? Every
Yes,
problem has
surely.
a solution.
Yes.
Yeah. So the educationalists, with the help of technology, will surely find out measures so that education of the generation will not affect much, and even parents will act according to the situation. Now we'll have to adopt, suppose, the new education system online, because if this continues till September, so we cannot wait for the session to give a stop or break. So I think parents and kids will settle according to the situation. And I think कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होंगी. So I think
बहुत सही कहा आपने. बहुत सही कहा आपने.
कि हाँ, कि कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होंगे. अब मेरे यहाँ छोटे गांव में भी है जो इलिटरेट पेरेंट्स है, सॉरी 10%, बट ये एक महीने में उन्होंने भी ये अडेप्ट कर लिया है. So slowly they are also now settling with the new education system. So I think everything will work out as per the situations ahead. Yes, Dr. Ajay?
Right.
Yes, I would like to add to what our Mrs. Chitlange has just said. It's interesting and it's also very important. Very important is that we make a routine, and we start it now. It's very important that we have a routine which is around hygiene, number one. We make them used to social distancing. These are very important things because this is not going to go away just in about a month, 2 months or 3 months. It could take months altogether. It could be even years. I don't wish and pray for that, but we have to be prepared for the worst. So it's important that we build in these measures or these routines into children now as they are home. So if it means that they have to wear masks in a particular time, just for the idea of getting used to it, that's very important. Making cleaning or washing hands a routine, again, a fun routine. So there could be a song associated with it, and there could be an hour that they go ahead and wash their hands. Have a particular routine set so that they know that this is supposed to be done at this hour. Cleaning objects, hygiene is going to be very important in the next coming few. It's not that it was not important before, but it's going to be even more important as we play along these days. So having those hygiene routines is very important. Social distancing, not to crowd, not to really, in buses or even in places. As schools open or reopen, they will be forced, and it's a very good thing that they'll be forced to have social distancing in their classrooms, in their everyday activities, in the way the students come in and the way the students go out. So it's very important that those things that we used to do before, like clustering, crowding, doing things like together, we have to be a little more careful about it. books and stuff like that needs to be kept clean. So those kind of things need to be built into the everyday thing. One very important thing, as I would also like to talk about, is in education we talk about people who have COVID-19 or people who are recovering from COVID-19, and not refer to people with disease as COVID-19 cases and victims as is being projected by media. This is very important education and a very important point which we need to pass on to our children. And we talk about people acquiring or contracting COVID-19 and not about people as some objects transmitting COVID-19 or infecting others. There's a lot of bad, media words which are being used, which I would also like to highlight and emphasize in this session.
Yes, yes, Dr. Sonia.
See, I think mentors now they play a very important role in every kid or any teachers, any toddlers or maybe teenagers' life. So I would recommend if Mrs. Chitlange can demonstrate or make a video of a WHO technique of hand washing and circulate in your group, so they adapt very easily to their teachers. Not even sometimes to their parents, but if teachers show that this is a technique you are supposed to follow or inculcate, they're really very adaptable, they can learn faster. So that's one of my recommendations for mentors and teachers. Yeah.
Like you told, we in our Kidsy, we teach the children through this live demo. Like every half an hour when we take out the tiny tots to the washroom, the first thing is as soon as they finish, we teach them to wash their hands and then enter the class. And
Right.
what they do and learn in school, they repeat at home. So many things they learn at home, they play the role model at home. So even here, the Hindustan Unilever, they had given us this project, how to wash hands in a proper way. And it worked out very successfully. So I'm very particular about hygiene. Like I have appointed a sweeper from morning 7 to evening 6. So every half an hour, he washes the washroom. So I myself, I'm very particular
Right.
about hygiene.
Right.
So we whatever we do in school, students go and repeat at home. The parents in our PTA meeting tell us कि मैडम आपने बताया ना तो बच्चे बरोबर आके घर पे करते हैं और हमें भी बताते हैं कि मम्मी आप भूल गए पहले हैंड वॉश कीजिए. So
Right.
they are aware. So
Very correct.
I'm more particular
Correct,
about hygiene.
Dr. Sonia, I would like to take up two more questions very, very quickly. First question
Okay.
is that somebody is asking that their child is 2.5 years old and learning to speak, and he needs children around them. But what can be done to encourage the speech process? And he is unwilling to sit on the computer or online classes being provided by his play school. So, what is the guideline for this? How can you can you say something to this person over here, sir? Would you like to take it?
Okay. 2.5 years old. It's very interesting.
Can I?
Now, this is oh, please, if Mrs. Lange
Yes,
also
madam.
wants to take it.
Yes, madam.
No, you first start.
Okay.
Dr.
Okay.
Rajay, start.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Sir, finish
you.
quickly,
Thank
and
you,
then
Mrs. Lange.
Bhavna ma'am can
Yes.
finish. Yeah.
Yes, this is a time when attention spans don't hold, they don't understand. Construction is still formative, like they are still trying to make sense of the words. Their the vocabulary building is going on. So grammar is still on the way, and it's just about on the door. So this is a time when small words, three-letter sounds, so small words, if we can take up small words and highlight them, it could be door, it could be up, it could be down, it could be open, it could be shut, small words like this, and demonstrate. If you would see, and if you can engage, and this is very important, if you can engage, the word is engage, you would see that the child doesn't even require a television, or in fact the child would shun away television to come on to you and be with you, so that you can. Building blocks is another thing. Building blocks
Right.
is another thing that can help. So A, B, C. So every time you put on a block, you could start with 1, 2, 3, building up the number database, if you could call it
Right.
that, or
Yeah.
have smaller blocks, say A, B, C, D. Animals. Nature is a great mother and also a great teacher. So if you could have fantastic videos about animals and identify with those animals and make those sounds, you'll be fascinated. The joy, the kind of smile that you would see on a child's face just by making an elephant's song is amazing. So this
Right.
is something which can be imitated, played, and in the same sense can be very educational, and you can build their database of words, because by about 3 years they know about a good number of words, 300 or
Right.
about there. So this is how you
Right.
can build it. So this is the
Correct.
time when you can do that.
Right. Mrs. Bhavna, please add into that. Mrs. Chitlange, can you finish with that question?
There was a question from a parent ki a child of 2.5 years cannot speak and how to
Right.
make him speak.
Right.
Like
Correct.
in my this thing at home, the now till September, now the children cannot come out. So the mother now has to play a role model or an important model. So she needs to become a teacher at home. And now children, we cannot gather in group. So the family members can sit in a social distancing, and the mummy will be near the board. And like if she says, hey, hey, like the mother has to keep patience and repeatedly repeat words and make the child speak repeatedly. Like
Right.
the child hears in a group and learns fast to speak. So we can make
Right.
this group at home by
Right.
social distancing,
Right.
and make the child attractive by giving different objects. One,
Right. Right.
one, a, a.
Correct.
So make that child. For that, the mother needs to keep patience, and this the mothers don't have, which a teacher has. So it's my kind request कि now 2.5 months you are going to be the teacher now. The mummies will be the
Correct.
teacher, and like we do in school कि बोलो बेटा शाबाश वेरी गुड देखो
Very good.
उसका नाम क्या है आपका नाम क्या है तो स्टार्ट मैं
Right.
I like that slowly one alphabet then 2 words like a slanting line, sleeping line. Show him through actions and make him also do and then speak. This is the
Great.
easier way. So I'm repeatedly focusing कि now the mother has to keep patience till end of August, and now she has to play the role model of a teacher at home. And I think she need to now utilize some of her home time for now education, 1 hour school at home
Great. That is amazing.
members, so that
Great.
the child will start so that the child will now start speaking, because my
Right.
playgroup children of 2 years, after
Right.
2 months they start speaking and recognize their own objects.
Right.
So the mother can show them colors, like haldi hai to yellow, kuku hai
Right.
to lal, because
Right.
perhaps everybody may not have the required material. So
Correct.
we can show them like we can show them counting objects. So you can make the 1 hour session at home also interesting, so that the child should be more involved and get attracted, and then will be motivated to speak. But
Right.
repeatedly you have to give in the words, not
Right.
just one time and two time. This is a slow
Right.
and steady process, but definitely you will get the result if the
Yes,
mothers
ma'am.
have patience and motivate. Main thing is
Yes,
you have to
ma'am.
motivate the child.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. And I would like to take two. Yes, Dr. Sonia. Yes, please be brief
No,
about it.
that's okay. Please.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
no. Just continue. There was one question like discuss coronavirus and their effects. I just want to say one thing. Any organ which has a high blood supply or blood requirements are high, these patients are more prone for sudden desaturation. So particularly for kids, they should have a good iron levels in their body, so they don't fall of anemia and desaturation. A
Right.
simple jaggery and food would be really helpful for them in their day-to-day life.
Okay.
Already the kids of cerebral palsies or these kids who are prone for seizures, please continue their medications during these days. It's really very important.
Right.
Kids who are autistic, ask their mentors to get connected. The techniques to be learned by the parents. We have to take care since it is not that it's only a respiratory system disorder. Whatever the
Right.
cases we have came across in the adult group, it's multi-organ failure. It's multi-organ. It's like
Right.
with whom does it affect? Particularly, it affects with the endothelium of the blood vessels. So you need
Right.
to understand one is endothelium and one is the protein component. The research and the
Right.
medicines on which they are right now is going on. So we
Right.
have to continue with the regular medications as far as kids are concerned. Please don't
Right.
stop their regular medications during this phase.
Mm. Yes. Great. I would like to just address two last questions which have a little similar understanding. Question to all the expertise is it safe to discuss coronavirus and their effects on the society with children? And the similar question is, should we be wearing gloves all the time? Is it advisable or not? Dr. Mithila, you want to take this one? Unmute, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question on whether this corona has to be discussed with the children, yes, it has to be discussed, but the way you're going to discuss it is very important. So the same thing, the way media produces it with all those rising numbers, with the death rates and all those things, if you are scared and you're actually conveying the same kind of thing to the children also, it is going to be translated in a very negative way in the child's mind. So that's the reason why a fair and a very good discussion is very important. It's prudent. The children should know that they have to take cautions, and at the same time, it shouldn't create that kind of a scare in them. So it's good if they just keep it open. They tell them the facts, but like what we've seen in certain WhatsApp messages recently coming up, where children are actually scared with what is going on, and it's not going to go, it's going to stay for a long time, and all those kind of negative things which are going on is not to be conveyed to the to the children. And about the gloves, see, the gloves are used it's a barrier. Okay, so you cannot wear it continuously, because your skin has to breathe also. And many people do have kind of allergies with latex and with rubber and all that. So considering all that, there's a limited time where you could use the gloves. And with respect to children, I don't think that gloves are so much necessary, because they're not going to fit them properly with respect to their sizes. But hand washing, there is no discount in that. So uh, hand washing is definitely required, and it's not a must to go in for gloves. But then gloves could be used if you're going to pick up something, and you know that you won't have feasibility to wash your hands and all that, and you know that when you're wearing your gloves, you are not touching your nose, mouth, and all those areas. So keeping that in mind, yes, you may use it for a particular period.
Dr. Mithila, you were speaking something about telemedicines as well.
Yes, now with a lot of clinics not functioning right now, and with a lot of uh, patients also not able to reach the clinics. There are a lot. Most of the pediatricians, most of the family physicians have started online consultations. What I want to stress on this is that online consultations have got their own merits and demerits. Merits, yes, you don't have to personally be there and expose yourself to all the viruses and all when you're going there. But the demerits is not all conditions could be taken up online. Okay, please do use this online method for consultations, but some of the red flag signs which every parent, which every uh, caretaker should know, where he cannot wait to schedule this consultation and then go ahead with getting the kid there. If you want to enumerate, I mean, you can just enumerate all those kind of important red flag signs. They will be high grade fever, not responding to medication, any kind of altered sensorium in the child. That could be something like the child is convulsing or the child has lost consciousness. When it comes to respiratory, if the child is having heavy breathing, so breathlessness, or the child is showing signs of difficulty in breathing, somewhere where you find that the child has not passed urine for a very long time, the output is very low. uh, Even in cases where there would be bleeding from any of the orifices, cases where the child complains of a pain in abdomen, and that is not sufficed by the usual treatment which maybe your doctor has prescribed you on phone or on online consultation. And even something like a testicular pain in the young boys, these are important things which need to be addressed. So these are the things you need to take note of, and you should not wait for scheduling an appointment or all this. These things should be taken up early. So as Dr. Ajay or Bhavna ma'am has told, that the parents have to play the role of teachers at home. Similarly, the parents have to be very vigilant and play the role of doctors, and you are the nurses also at home. So yes, this was something I wanted to bring into parents' minds because it's very important.
Amazing. Thank you so much for pretty much summing up what we have said. I would like to ask whether any of the panelists would like to add any concluding remarks very quickly before we end the webinar. Would anybody like to add anything as a conclusion? Yes, Mrs. Bhavna, please.
To the parents, I want to give a message. It is through a thought of author Billy Lim in his book Dare to Fail. What he says, when you face a problem and take yourself away from it, it becomes a situation. When you are to analyze it, it becomes a challenge. And when you think of your resources to meet the challenge, it becomes an opportunity. So I request to all parents to use all their resources, their talents, their concern, care and love for their children, and to spend the quality time to take utmost use of this opportunity. And for my tiny tots, I have a little message for children. Please increase your reading and inculcate the hobby of reading. Reading will lead you to the path of glorious success. And I think slowly now the bookstalls are opened for few hours. So parents can buy books on different topics and they can read as much as they can. And through this, they can develop and explore their hobbies too. And last but not the least, like I told, please follow these hobbies even during your school hours after September, especially the morning exercise, at least for 10 to 15 minutes, exercise plus aerobics, so that you'll be fit and fine and fresh the whole day. That's all. Thank you very much.
Amazing, Mrs. Bhavna. That's a great note to end the webinar. Dr. Prabhakar, you would like to add something?
Yes,
Very
and
briefly.
it'll be more generic. Yes, and I'll try to keep it short. Now, I would request, or I would ask every parent, every child to look at this situation as a new game, as a new challenge, as a new enterprise that they are taking up. In between this game, this enterprise, rules have changed, but we need to adapt. Adaptability is very important. Creatively adapt. Now, that's very important. So I implore that you all adapt to this fantastic new board which has been laid out, and look at it very magically, and I'm sure with the perspective that you have, we'll all be able to emerge stronger on the other side of this board. I wish you all the best of learning times, the best of education, and wish you all the best of health. Thank you.
Amazing. Dr. Sonia, any conclusive words from your side? Okay, Dr. Sonia, I think she has not in the conversation right now, some technical issue, I think. Great. I think this webinar has been extremely amazing, and thank you for using the magical word in the end, Dr. Prabhakar. I think that was the one thing that was missing all through these, just adding the silver lining on this webinar. It's just like the cherry on the icing. Thank you so much. All the panelists, I think it has been a very, very amazing webinar, and I would like to thank you for your time that you have spent here. It's actually, we had anticipated 1 hour, but we have spent almost 1 hour 30 and a little bit more than that. So thank you so much for that, and being pretty patient on this entire series. So I would just like to conclude saying that be with the children, care for the children, and please allow them to be how they are, and let them take the lead, and let them search for themselves in the time that they have now. And saying that, I would like to conclude this webinar. Thank you so much for being here, for being live here. And if we are unable to answer any questions during the live feed, I'm sure we'll try to answer that after the offline video is posted. Thank you so much, and have a great evening, and have a good night.
Have a good night, all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.